Okay, I started.
Okay, Dr. T.
Okay, we started now the recording. So thank you, Dr. The formally is TS Dr. SUZIYANTI binti MARJUDI from Faculty Science, Computer and Technology Maklumat at UTHM. She's an expert, right? She's an expert in information and data science, right? So a lot of us will be very interested about this, how actually data online, everybody are sending the data online, how things are being dig out, right, from the internet, and how things could be make sense out of this data, right? So I believe, right, I'm not expert in data science. I believe Dr. Suzy will willing to share with us how thing could be make how data could be useful and meaningful, not meaningless, meaningful to all of us, and how what are the potential, right? I believe Dr. Suzy will be going to elaborate us, right, about this scenario. I'll leave the screen to Dr. Suzy. Can you try on the sharing? Right, you can try on the sharing. Yes.
Okay, Dr.
Okay.
T. Can you
Okay.
see the
Yeah,
screen?
I can see the screen, but can you post it on the screen? I see the PowerPoint actually. I see the
Fine.
PP
Okay.
PowerPoint.
How
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this?
yeah. You switch the screen, yes. I can see it now. Yes, the screen, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. T, and our fellow friends, the supervisors and students. Okay, I am Dr. Suzy. You can call me Dr. Suzy. So for today, I am happy to have I call it the sharing session. Okay, so for today, we are going to discuss on the potential data science project and ideas. Okay, so maybe it can help you get some ideas. What is the data science? Okay, is any project relate to this data science? Okay, so this is my content. Okay, at first, maybe you are quite familiar with the data. Okay, actually the data is a collection of factual information, and we also have we call the structured data and unstructured data. Okay, so what is the structured data? It can be a conventional from a normal database. Okay, for example, we have a SMAP system, right? SMAP for student. Okay, so inside the SMAP system, we have student details. We have what else? We have the student registration, courses, and so on. So that's we call the structured data. Okay, so it put very well inside the table. Okay. However, the second type of data we call unstructured data. Okay, so unstructured data is there are no specific pattern or style. Okay, for example, we can imagine the data from social media. Okay, like you are going to post any status, update status. Okay, or you are going to post the video in your TikTok, in your YouTube. Okay, or you are sharing your image in Instagram. Okay, so that's we call unstructured data. Okay, so I hope we can imagine there are two types of data. There are structured data and unstructured data. Okay, so then the next component of data science is a big data. Okay, so there are small data and big data. So we can imagine the small data is that maybe you can easily do some statistical operation, right? Okay, so the big data is enormously big data set. Okay, so there are various V we call volume, variety, velocity, vision, and value. Okay, so later I will share the example of all these V's. Okay, and then next component of data science, machine learning. Okay, so machine learning, it also have a different type that call supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Okay, and the component of data science number 4, maybe all of us are familiar with this, the statistic and probability. Okay, so we are doing some numerical foundation of data science. Okay, and number 5 are programming language. Okay, I'm not sure if you are familiar with Python language or R language. Okay, so I'm not sure the student you are doing any computer programming before this?
Rasanya ada dah.
Ya,
Ada.
Ada yang buat
ada.
LPI, ada yang sikit, ada yang mungkin
Good.
buat pattern recognition.
You dah expert lah. Everyone dah expert nampaknya.
Ada
Okay.
sebahagian, bukan
Ada.
semua. Biasanya kita buat MCU lah, microprocessor, microcontroller lah.
Michael. Okay. Using what programming Computer programming. Dia ikut device tu
Ikut supervisor, supervisor
Ikut
yang andal.
supervisor.
Okay.
So maybe there's a lot of computer programming lah, kan? And there are a lot of tools that can help us to do this data science project lah. Okay. So in this slide, I would like to share maybe the difference between data science, data analytic, and big data. Okay, so the data science, field that refer to collective process, theories, concept. Okay, so it is from the data collection until you complete the output as dashboard too. Okay, so this is the data science. Okay, and the data analytic, it focus on you examining the data set itself. Okay, you are doing the analytical part and so on. Okay, so big data, later I will show you the type of business. Okay, and the application area, there are also, for example, on the data science, there are a digital advertisement. Later, I will share some sample of project related with digital advertisement. Okay, on the internet research, recommender system, okay, image, speech recognition, and so on. Okay, and the tools and language, the normal tools and language, we are using Python, SAS, and SQL. Okay, and also it can be a different language juga lah, no worries. Okay, so for example, for this semester, for student FSKTM, we have around 300 plus taking data science courses. Okay, so it is a elective course. So the student we try to do some computer programming using Python, okay, and also we use SAS tools, okay, to do the data science project ni. Okay, so let's look together on the big data. So what is the big data? Actually, we can imagine the data yang besar, yang banyak, okay, and it is considered on data volume, data velocity, data variety, variability, and complexity. Okay, so we look on the data volume. We focus on data volume. For example, we can imagine on the data from social media, every second, every second it keeps coming. Okay, so many people post, update status, post the Twitter, post the image Instagram, and so on. Okay, and maybe the machine talking to machine is related to you. Kan, kalau you all, I'm not sure, maybe dekat industry, in your industry kan, they have some machine, contoh you all guna machine apa untuk maybe stamping machine ke, or any any machine that generate some data from there. Okay, and there are improvement in the manufacturing process for quality control. Okay, so also there are so many machine, and of course it can save so many data there. Okay, so actually from data tu you need you can analyze, okay, and you can come up to the pattern, something like that lah. Okay, and the automated
inclusive the data that we email in Google email, or inclusive of data that we use it in the shopping,
Yes.
Lazada, all these things. They
Mm,
are public to. I mean these data are
mm,
transparent to. To the owner of the
mm.
database, or maybe public to the whole world. Is it public to the whole world? I'm not too sure.
Ah, okay, for example, if we are posting a data, post any status, if we are post our status in Facebook, in Twitter, actually, we as like programmer ke, data scientist ke, we can ask the Twitter for API, then
Mm.
we can get the data set from there. We can
Okay.
have a lot of data, then we can analyze on that lah. Contohnya macam tu. Kan?
Gunakan
So
API
for
lah. Yes.
mm-mm.
Yeah. Gunakan API.
So actually just alert or beware lah. Whatever we post kan, so it can reflect by ourselves. So for example, currently apa contohlah the future employer kan looking for talent, okay, so they can do some analysis how or what the we call the future employee for them lah, the suitable, how the behavior, okay, so kena hati-hati lah kat situ. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
ah
So that means we can
oh
use this big data set, right? To
yes.
to set
Mm-mm.
as something like credit level, or maybe something like
Mm-mm.
a financial credit, or maybe a personal
Yes.
credit level index for any persons. That means you could
Yes.
use that
Mm-mm.
index to evaluate the accountability and
Betul.
trustworthy of a person. Is it possible
Uh-uh.
that data could be used, right?
It is possible. Yes,
Yeah.
because later I will share that we can get so many data set from those DOSM, Jabatan
Okay.
Statistik. It
Okay.
is
Okay.
publicly open, okay, to all lah. So you can freely download that data and do some analysis from that data. That's the real data. Yang tu.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Itu.
It's published from this authority, right? Okay.
Uh,
Interesting.
uh,
Okay.
okay, so that's data velocity. And data velocity, of course, data velocity on the speed kan. So there are so many data. It keep grows, okay, increasing. The more use of social media. Okay, so for example, even though we are using phone kan, before this, there are no smartphone, okay, and now there are smartphone, so you are taking so many pictures, so many image, and so we can also analyze on that. Okay, so that data velocity. Okay, and this is the data variety. There are so many apa for example, there are structured data and unstructured data, as Dr. T mentioned on the emails. Yes, actually the emails also we call unstructured data. If we alert that some email, if there are automatically go to spam, right? There are a classification there. Okay, and the digital image, video, okay, and so on. And also on the streaming data, like sensor data. Okay, so we have a data, we have a sensor data, for example, like MET, kan, Jabatan Meteorology. Okay, they have a data, so they can do a forecasting of the season, okay, right, something like that lah. Okay, and for agriculture, for example, agriculture, for sensor data, also we can have that data and analyze. For example, we want to predict uh, the most suitable bila masa musim-musim tertentu lah kat situ. Okay, so this is the data variety. And also we have data variability. Okay, so data variability ni, it is the flow of data changes over time, like season, peak response, social media trends, and so on. Okay, so for example, we can look on the social media trends or we can find what the trending keywords right now. Okay, so on the data values change over time. Okay, so data value are different across data sources, and it's stored in different format. Okay, so the data actually maybe it is as a format .csv, okay, .json and others. There are so many different format of data. So that's why as a data scientist, we need to, for example, we need to do some data cleaning kat situ. Okay, and the data standard change across time. Okay, is it a valid or for 5 years ago or not valid? Okay, for example lah, we have a data before pandemic and after pandemic. Okay, so we can do a comparison. What for example, what is the highest product are sold um, for certain season. Okay, kat situ. Okay, and then we have a data complexity. Okay, it is a variety of format like we have online banking, ERP, CRM. Okay, so that's why we need to merge, cleanse, and transform the data kat sini. Okay. Okay. So are you familiar with this AI, machine learning, and deep
We
learning?
heard we heard, and then
You heard that?
some of our project were using this.
Good.
Yes, and I think
Mm-mm.
part of the course in this
Mm-mm.
elective course we have this
Uh-uh.
machine learning
Machine
elective
learning.
course.
Oh,
Yes, yeah,
okay. So
elective course.
they are doing some machine learning algorithm.
Yeah,
Quite
something like
familiar
your
with all this lah.
not familiar. We
Okay.
heard about
Uh-uh.
YOLOs and this
Uh-uh.
YOLOs,
Ah.
a lot about this TensorFlow or this thing, right?
The
And they are
Keras.
student, yes, yeah,
Uh-uh.
Kirash, yes.
Mm-mm.
Student and researcher in FKE,
Mm-mm.
we explore this possibility. But at the
Uh-uh.
level of applying,
Ah.
we are not able to say come up with this mathematics and modify the mathematics.
Ah.
No.
Okay, good. Okay, so actually we want to know where is the data science inside the AI, machine learning,
Yeah.
and deep learning. Okay, so it is it is cover all. Okay, data
Yeah.
science also is cover all the AI, machine learning, and deep learning. Okay, so this is some data scientist skill. Of course, on mathematics and statistics. Okay, it is combined, joined with the computer science. We are doing some programming there. Okay, and we have to know the domain knowledge we are doing. Okay, and the machine learning. Okay, some research have been, we are doing some research. Okay, and the software, so many tools can help us to do this data science project. Okay, and at the end, we need to communicate and visualize what is the report. Okay, what is the dashboard. Okay, so we can see here on the mathematics and statistics. Maybe some are quite familiar with the supervised modeling and unsupervised modeling. Okay, so it depends on the data set itself. Okay, and we can do some forecasting. Okay, text mining. Okay, and for computer science, we are more doing on the programming part. Okay, we are doing on programming part. Okay, and the domain knowledge. On business knowledge, data curiosity, we want to know what we want to solve, or we want to identify the pattern of something, the strategic, or what the problem solve. Okay, and last, the communication and visualization. Of course, at the end, for end user, um, as end user, we want just to look on the dashboard. Okay, so we can just change our preference and so on to get the what the data, what the information we want. Okay, so this is communication and visualization. Okay. So this is the data science process. Of course, we need to know what is the goal, what is the mission, vision of the project. Okay, so what we want. Okay, and then we are going to classify, estimate, and describe. I think this is the common project. If any project, of course, the first step we need to identify what we want to solve, right? Okay, and then the second we are going to collect the data. Okay, we list or we check what is what the data relevant. Okay, is it enough? Is there 2 or 3 data set? You are combining 3 to 5 data set and so on. Okay, and where is the sources you can get that data? Okay, are you going to collect the data by yourself? Okay, or you just use the freely download data set? Okay, and is there any privacy issues? You can, it's related the data itself. Okay, and will the data be able in production? Okay, some data is freely download. Some data you need to ask the permission from the data owner. Okay, and then you need to explore the data. So you have a data set. You need to explore the data. Is there any anomalies or pattern? Okay, how the data look? Okay, how many variables? Is there many variable or too few variables? So you need to join to combine the data. Okay, and do you need to input or transform the data, or aggregate or create the data itself? Okay, is it enough the data? Okay, and then we are going to model the data. We are train the data, the different models. Okay, validate all the models, test the models, and select the best model there. Okay, and score the champion model. Okay, and finally, is it can explain or answer your question at first. Okay, what the problem you want to solve, and at the end, you can you deploy the model in time? Okay, so this is the data science process, basically. Okay, so this is the example of applied data science on different domain. Okay, so we have retail, utilities, insurance, banking, or government itself. Okay, so for example, for banking, we can there are some apps or they can check on bad debt prediction. Okay, so they can do some loan calculation. Okay, and for insurance, utilities, so that the for example in retail, they can have a customer transaction behavior. Okay, so for example, they have a data. Okay, and do some analysis, some prediction. Okay, so for example, if the customer buying one item, so what item they will buy more? Okay, so for example, if the customer are buying cereal, for example, yeah, okay, so it must buy a milk. Okay, for example, so that we can see the customer transaction behavior like that lah. Okay, on the on the forecasting and spending optimization and so on. Okay, so this I would like to share some project ideas on beginner, intermediate, and advanced level. Okay, so let's look together. Actually, this is a data science project ideas that have been shared in the internet. Okay, they also shared the code also and the data set. Okay, the student can try all this project, or you can select any project that's suitable with you. Okay, and you may change with your own data set. Okay, so for example, first we look on the fake news detection. Okay, so fake news detection, we currently we know we can read. There are a lot of news, right? We don't know, is it fake or real news? Okay, so from the data set news.csv, we can do some analysis. We can do uh, what the process, data science process. Okay, for example, we have a data news.csv, and it will be divided into train set and test set. Okay, so for test set, you also can click the link that I have shared below. Yeah. Okay, so for test set, it can we will train that data. Okay, sorry, for train set 80%, we are training that data. Okay, and we will check the result for the 20% more. Okay, the test sets. Okay, so we are going to check on the accuracy score. Is it okay or not? Okay, so we can predict on the test set here. Okay, so for this example on fake news detection, you may try this project, okay, using the given data set, and also you can try find out your own data set. Okay, maybe you can have your own data set from Twitter or Facebook or others. Okay, so this is the
Dr. Suzy,
yeah.
I interested, right, at this pattern recognition and all these things. This
Uh-uh.
is supervised learning, right? I'm curious
Yeah.
about this thing, including this text and messages detection and even the pattern recognition of the images, right?
Mm-mm.
Uh, my concern is that let's say somebody, right? Let's say somebody
Mm.
have trained something, and then
Mm-mm.
they share it somewhere. Is
Mm-mm.
it possible that there's a group of people who contribute new data and retrain it and add it onto the same pool? Is it possible?
Yes.
And then the pool of the knowledge become bigger. Something like we swap makan bagi dia semakin semakin arif, the
Yes.
intelligence is getting more. Is it possible in doing this thing?
Yes. It is possible, Dr. T, because
Yes.
we have at the I think around at the end of this slide, I am sharing you the kaggle.com. Okay, so the
Okay.
Kaggle
Kaggle lah. Kaggle.
kaggle.com. If you open that kaggle.com, there are a lot of people are sharing all the codes, all the data set. Okay, and it keep updating. Okay, the data, okay, they are sharing the code. Okay, so it is very good for us to try that one. Also very good to try. Okay,
Yeah,
it's very
interesting.
good.
Very interesting. Interesting. Yes.
So this is the fake. Okay, we can we
Yeah, yeah,
go to
please,
next?
please.
Okay, so the next idea you maybe you can do on the road lane line detection. Okay, so for example, now there are the technology are coming on developing driverless car, right? Okay, so you can do some direction to steer the vehicle, okay, build the application and so on to identify the track lines, okay,
Yeah.
from image or video frame. Okay, so if you have time, you can
Yeah.
click the link here. Okay, okay, so this one is the sentiment analysis. Okay, for sentiment analysis, it also we can analyze from the what you post. Okay, so what you have been post, so we can do some analysis. Is it this is the positive sentiment, this is negative sentiment, or we also can check the emotion of the writing. Okay, is it the good mood, well, sad, or angry. Okay, so this is you may try using the test set Jane Austen R. Okay, so this is using R programming. Okay, so this is sentiment analysis. And also currently we have our the research also on the sentiment analysis. For example, we are focusing on the keyword halal. Contoh halal. Okay, so uh, we are collecting a data from Twitter, okay, and do some analysis the halal, okay, and how many positive statement, okay, how many positive negative statement, okay, and also there are um, a lot of research doing on the sentiment analysis here. Okay, it is more to text mining. Okay, so we are doing analyzing the words. Okay, so this is the sentiment analysis. Okay, and then next project on detecting Parkinson disease. Okay, so we to improve healthcare and service, there are a data set from UCI, okay, on Parkinson data set to identify, to classify the healthy person or the person with Parkinson. Okay, there are if they have some verbals here like some symptom, okay, so it is automatically can classify, can label the person with Parkinson. Okay, so this is to detect Parkinson disease. Okay, and also in healthcare, there are a lot of potential projects like cardiovascular. For example, we can get the data set, the mortality rate, okay, and so on. Okay, so this is the detecting disease project. Okay, this is on color detection. Okay, so for example, they have a image, okay, and it automatically can label the color. Okay, this is the using Python language, and the data set supplied code brains color names. Okay. So this is related to healthcare also on the brain tumor detection. Okay, so it based on the MRI scan data set. Okay, so they are using convolution neural network, okay, to detect the brain tumors. Okay, and also this is under agriculture, okay, on leaf disease detection. Okay, so it have been supplied the leaf data set, and it can categorize plant leaf as healthy or infected. Okay, so some student project using IoT base. Okay, so they embedded with the camera. Okay, so from camera, and it goes to the apps and can detect the plant leaf is healthy or not. Okay, so this is the beginner project ideas. Okay, so we go to the intermediate. We have speech emotion recognition. Okay, and you may detect the gender and age based on image. Okay, and Uber data analysis, driver drowsiness detection, chatbot project, and handwritten digit recognition. Okay, so for speech emotion recognition, for example, we can detect the emotion of the voice. Okay, so is it happy, angry, or surprised? Okay, before it can detect the emotion, it must be trained the data. Okay, to identify the emotion of the voice. Okay, the speech signal. Okay, so this project on the gender age, so it depends on the face tracking. Okay, so it can predict the gender, either female or male. Okay, and the age range. Okay, and they built using convolutional neural network. Okay, so you may try this project if related to you. Okay, and the Uber data analysis, they are using R programming. Okay, so they're using ggplot libraries, and the project to tell how time affect customer trip. Okay, so the pick up location and drop location. So they have that data for this data set. Okay, and they want to know the time effect customer trip there. Okay, so this is the I think quite related on the driver drowsiness detection. Okay, so it is detect by face and eye detection. Okay, so if they detect the sleepy drivers, it can automatically alert them by beeping alarm. Okay, so they are
Yeah.
using OpenCV and Keras. Okay, and using deep neural network technique. Okay. Maybe we are familiar with chatbot. Okay, so we know that for example, after we are buying some item, some product, we want to know the status, delivery status, and so on. Okay, so this is the sample of chatbot project. Okay, using Python. Okay, for example, to handle customer, it can be divide two type of chatbot. Okay, there are domain specific and open domain chatbot. Okay, so for example, domain specific chatbot to solve particular problem. Okay, so need customize. And for open domain, maybe just the normal question like we want to know the order status and so on. Okay, so this is the chatbot project. Okay. So this is the handwritten digit recognition project. They are using convolutional neural network. Okay, and for real-time prediction. Okay, so it can detect the digit from the handwritten. Okay, and it can list down what, for example, the handwritten write the number 4. Okay, so it should be can get the output number 4. Okay, so this is using Python programming and the data set MNIST. Okay, and there are more advanced project idea on data science. We can do some image caption generator project. Okay, so for example, we have an image and it automatically can come out the caption. Okay, and credit card fraud detection, movie recommendation. Maybe we are familiar when we open the Netflix, it will automatically recommend what the movies or series that based on your history watch. Okay, and there are a customer segmentation. Okay, breast cancer classification and traffic sign recognition. Okay, so this is the image caption generator. For example, there are movies, okay, and it can automatically give the caption. Okay, they are using deep learning technique, okay, using CNN and LSTM. Okay, the data set from Flickr, okay, and the language using Python and framework Keras. Okay. Mm. And this is the project on credit card fraud detection. Okay, we have it is similar if you look the concept or the method. We have a data set and it will divide into training set and test set. Okay, and we are doing a model and test that model and test with the test set. Okay, to have a testing model accuracy there. Okay, so this is the credit card fraud. To classify the transaction is fraud or genuine. Okay. And this is the sample of project of movie recommendation system. Like we open our Netflix account, so automatically we can the Netflix will suggest what the movie or series or similar movies, okay, that we can watch. Okay, so there are based on collaborative filtering or content-based filtering. Okay, so this you may test using language R programming, and the data set given are movie lens data set. Okay, and there are a customer segmentation. Okay, so this is for example, we have a data set, customer data set. They are using k-means clustering, so it can be divide classified identify the potential customer, okay, based on specific characteristic. Okay, for example, the gender, age, interest, and so on. Okay, so when they are doing the classification, they know what is the what advertisement related to this specific group. Okay, so this is on the selling product to the identified customer group. Okay, and then this is the more to healthcare. Okay, breast cancer classification. Okay, so they provide the data set IDC regular, and they are using deep learning and Keras library for classification. Okay, so from the classification, they can identify is this patient a breast cancer patient or not. Okay. And then this one is on traffic sign recognition. It is based on image. Okay, so it is suitable for maybe we call driverless. Okay, or autonomous vehicle. Okay, so it based on the recognition, image recognition. Okay, so Dr. T, this is the Kaggle, kaggle.com.
Kaggle, okay.
Okay, kaggle.com. We may open the kaggle.com. I can share to you. This is actually the very good platform, kaggle.com. Okay, so you can freely register the account, because I already registered using we can register, we can just open this kaggle.com using Google account or our university account. Okay, so we can see here they are provide the data set here. Okay, so you may check on the, for example, this is the trending data set that they are sharing or they are doing some analysis part. Okay, so for example, on the Indian cities, global superstore. Okay, so cervical cancer, HPV vaccine. Okay, so this data set you can freely download. Okay, also the model. Okay, there are ready model. You may test. Okay, and also they share the code. Okay, the code. For example, we want to look on the. For example, let's look on the. Okay, so this is the classification decision tree, regression. So there are so many projects that they provide the code. Okay, so for example, on diabetes prediction, okay, they share. Okay, for example, the input. Okay, they already shared the dataset.csv. Okay, and we can read what the dataset about. Okay, and also the notebook, you can easily copy the code and try run into your machine. Okay, so for example, this is they are using Python. Okay, they are using Python. Okay, so after you do some installation of Python, you may try the code. Okay, and it will be run the output lah kat sini. Okay, so it already shared all the code related. Okay, we just can try run using your any machine notebook. Okay, and we can look the output there. Okay, so this is the output. Like we want to do a decision tree classifier. Okay, the scaling. So there are so many project ideas that you can try. So for example, there are a shopping data analysis and visualization. So if we want to do, this is the most popular data set, iris data set for decision tree. Okay. Regression. We may try on that. Okay, so this is the Kaggle. Okay, so it is just free, and there are discussion if you have some problem to run your project or you want to get some ideas on your project. Okay, so you just can go to the community, okay, and share. Okay, so for example, this is the detecting sleep using UNet. Okay, so they also
Yeah,
shared the code. They also shared the code.
interesting,
Okay.
interesting.
Ah,
So
so
it's a good side
mm,
to started
mm,
with the learning
mm.
of this AI, machine learning, and deep learning, right?
Yes,
And they are all
yes.
provided with this sample and example. But I think there is another website. I think it's a Google developers where they have this machine learning.
Uh,
What
mm.
is your opinion about this machine learning in this Google developers website? There's another one
Uh,
where, yeah, Google developer.
the Google Colab, you mean? Google Colab?
Google, you type Google machine learning,
Uh-uh.
you suggest a developer dot
Mm-mm.
google dot
Ah,
com, right?
mm.
Right.
Google
Google machine learning.
machine learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so because there are now currently there are so many sharing platform that you can just it depends on you. If you want to do, yes, you can get it. And
Yeah, yeah.
so there are so many.
I
So
say on the chat
mm,
box, right? I say on the chat box, you may check it
okay.
out. Yeah, chat box.
Okay. And also I am sharing on the okay, so I would like to share on the sample dashboard. Maybe because of before this we are talking about
Data
the
set, okay.
project. Okay, so I would like to share the real dashboard in our country. Okay. We have a data Jabatan Statistik, okay, DOSM. Okay, so for example, this we are going to prepare this. Okay, we are expecting you can uh, give the dashboard. You can prepare or you can create a dashboard that like this. Okay, so for example, we have a few data set about um, poverty, okay, in Malaysia. Okay, so they have for example, okay, they have a data 2016 and 2019. Okay, so this is we call dashboard. So you can try to, for example, you can take accordingly your preference. For example, we want to know the proportion of population living in Johor. Okay, so there are. It means all the Johor citizen are living not below the international poverty line by state. Okay, so if we look here, okay, so this is the real data from Jabatan Statistik Negara. Okay, and it have been shared this dashboard, so you can easily uh, check, click. Okay, so for example, we want to know the proportion of population living in Johor. Okay. So 5%. So we can look like this. Okay. And it give the details on that. Okay. So this is we call dashboard. Okay, the dashboard. Okay, so you can just like for example, we want to know the zero hunger. Okay, the indicator. Okay, how the prevalence of underweight among children under 5 years of age. Okay, so we can see the real data, the real situation, okay, using the real data in our country here. Okay.
Yeah,
And
up to 219, right? The data up to 219, yes. I think good enough
and
already, yes.
yes, and also so for example, we want to know about on agriculture. Okay, you just click on that field. Okay, agriculture. Okay, we want to know, for example, on rubber, palm oil, fisheries. This is the agriculture analytics. Okay, the area plan. Okay, so this is the they are provide the dashboard. We call the dashboard. Yeah, we can check the price. Okay. So we can easily click using what your preference, what you want to know. Okay. So this is by region, the year up to 2022. So this is the price. Yeah. So there are so many dashboard that we can check, we can look, and also we can really download the data set. Also have checked the data set. Okay, like we want to know on the option. Have a state digital statistic. So this is some data freely download. Some data you need to ask them. Okay, you need to request. You need to request. Okay. So and the last slide I would like to share with you. Actually, we have a collaboration with DMB Ericsson. Okay, for student and the lecturers also can sign up. Okay, just free courses. It is related to AI, okay, to VR, IoT, 5G, data, blockchain. Okay, so if you complete 3 modules, it depends on your learning pace. You can you can study by yourself. They also provide the videos and so on. Okay, so if you have complete this course, they will award you a badge. Okay, that you can update your badge in LinkedIn or else. Okay, you can update in your resume. Okay, so this is the 5 MyG Ericsson Malaysia Pioneers Program. Okay, so it's very good to student if you sign up for this course. Just free courses.
Any time periods? Is it
No,
open for
it's
all time?
open. Yes, it's
Open for all
all time.
time.
Yes,
Okay,
it's open all
okay.
time.
Any charges?
No, it's
No
free.
charges. Okay.
Yeah,
I
no
think it's good.
charges.
I think I would promote it in FKE and let's see if any researcher, student or lecturer are interested.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it open for others university as well?
Yes, it's open to all university actually.
Honestly, okay, I
We
might
yes,
post it to
we
my collaborator as well. Yes.
okay, good, good. Thanks, Dr. T. Okay,
Thank you.
so that's the end of my slide. Uh, okay, if
Is
there's
it
any
is
question,
uh is it
mm.
possible to share your slide in PDF form, or if
Yes, yes, I will
no,
share to
yeah,
you.
and then I think your content is very helpful to all the researcher, especially the learning path, right? Right, there's so many
Hopefully.
so many to cover in a very short
Uh,
time, but I think you have show up the map, right? The map of
mm-mm,
this
mm,
machine learning and data
mm,
science, right? At least this is the indicator and where to head to.
mm.
The learning curve is dependent onto the student, right? Okay,
Yes.
but so
I
far
hope
I
I
think,
hope
yeah,
I hope student understand and enjoy
yeah, I
and get
enjoy
some
actually.
ideas.
No, there are a few questions I think I post on the chat box, and then some student may have raised up.
Okay.
Could you choose a number of question you might want to answer it?
Where is
Yes.
the question?
Yeah. Anybody want to voice out your question? You may
Yes.
please voice up, or maybe just type it in the chat box. Malaysian is a bit shy, right? So a lot of time people keep to themselves.
Okay, Dr. T, I read your question. Sometimes I feel that my handphone is listening. Yes, it's true. Your handphone is listening your voice. That's why it is automatically, if you can see, it is automatically pop up the advertisement, right? Like for example, we are not typing, but maybe we are just talking to others about something, but it is automatically pop up the advertisement,
Or
right?
even
Ah,
we talk about this in our
yes,
language, right? In our language, they
yes,
know about this language.
yes. And
Okay,
actually,
okay.
you need to. There are a setting in your phone that you need to turn off
Okay, okay,
that voice
okay.
recognition.
Sometimes
So,
I think
uh,
the handphone is listening to me, and then the
yes,
advertisement pop up.
yes, yes,
And if I'm talking about share market, and it's something pop out in the share market, I talk about this
yeah. Mm-mm.
something I want to buy for my
Uh,
daughter, right? And then it pop up.
yes. Yes, yes, because there is a setting inside your phone
Okay,
that
interesting.
allowed the searching using your what they call speech recognition,
Yeah,
the voice
yeah.
recognition. Uh,
So
so
the
you need
handphone
to turn off.
handphone is a spy by itself.
Yes,
Okay,
correct, correct.
okay. So we are clear about this. We probably will search
Uh,
how
mm,
to set off this option. I think there has another one is about the recent one, right? Since we are talking about data science, the expansion
mm,
to a number of AI, right? The
mm.
recent is a very hot topic on Chat GPT. So
Yes,
I are you yeah.
yes.
Can you expand a bit on the Chat
Mm,
GPT, and it's so powerful, right? And it come
mm,
up with this
mm,
solution and jawapan,
mm.
right?
Yes.
So what do you think about this thing?
Actually, ChatGPT, if you let me share the slide. Actually, I already shared in the slide. Hold on. Okay, where is the ChatGPT actually? Uh, okay,
Okay, this is
the
the
30 can see. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
this is the
yes.
ChatGPT. Okay, so ChatGPT, it is inside deep learning. Okay,
Okay.
they are collecting all the data.
Mm.
Okay, and they are analyzing that. That's why, if you are just asking any question, right? Uh, you are given more inputs to them, to the system. So they are
Does it mean
collecting the
does it
data.
mean that the question that I
Mm.
posed, right, is something like
Yes. Mm,
a lot of person are asking the similar
mm.
or identical or maybe
Yes.
exactly the same
Yes.
question. So the internet, right, the chat
Yes.
GPT is able to collect these similar jawapan,
Yes.
right, and then to
Yes.
present a
Correct.
potential solution to
Yes.
the user, right?
as a lecturer or student, we need to double check, right? Okay,
Yes,
is
yes.
it true or not? Some maybe some citation, there are no paper on that. That's why we need to check again.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. The what we call technology lah.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
useful, but
Mm-mm.
could
Mm-mm.
be meaningless, right? It's some very
Yeah.
careful works, right?
Yes.
For a fiction, probably yes. There's another one asked by the students.
Mm-mm.
I think, yeah, I mean, you asked about this FYP,
Mm-mm.
right?
Oh,
Uh,
FIP.
Yeah,
AI programming. Yeah, I
I
mean, yes,
wanted to take this
yeah,
chance to ask since it's
yeah,
about
please,
AI.
please.
For my final year project, I'm currently trying to do a AI-based pothole detector, and I'm also taking a course in HCIAI, Huawei course about AI. And last week, I think I did a lab sheet, and I tried to do AI programming, but when I did it, and the results came out, but it came out differently than what was expected in the lab sheet. So I wonder how can I troubleshoot that? Because it could be either version differences or something like that. But I'm not sure, so
Yeah.
I wanted a clarification.
I think you need to start from the beginner
Yeah,
courses. But
Yes.
the learning path is longer, right?
because
Yes.
Yes.
I've
Because
always been
mm,
interested in programming, and I've taken Python and done my
yeah,
own
good,
programming.
Ilmi.
So, but I
Yes,
wanted to know
because
AI.
good,
Yeah.
good. So as Dr. T mentioned that there are so many or a lot of things that we need to look. Okay, so for example, it must be start from the installation itself pun it relate to the next step tu lah. So that Ilmi have some difficulties on the result apa tadi? What result?
Um,
Mm-mm.
for my result, it was, I think it was,
Mm-mm.
wait, let me check.
Mm.
Um,
Because maybe it depends on the algorithm also.
mm,
So
I
we
think
need
so.
to
Okay,
we
so it was something about the tree,
Doctor,
the decision tree.
the decision tree. Doctor,
decision tree. Okay.
Decision tree.
Okay.
Doctor,
Hi, who's
Hi,
speaking?
who's speaking?
Hi,
I'm
Can I?
Dineshwari here. How about
Okay.
the attendance?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
attendance
the attendance
automatic
auto.
recorded. Don't worry, it's MS Team, MS Team automatically recorded your attendance, right? We have the attendance at the end of
Attendance
the
at the end
session.
of the session.
Please stay on, right?
Please stay on. No, there is link for me to fill up or automatic.
No
No,
need.
no.
As long you log in, right? This MS Team, I will have the attendance list until the end. The software will do it for you.
Do it for you. Okay, thank you.
Don't
Thank you,
worry,
doctor.
yeah. No worry, yeah. Temis, any
Okay,
other
Ilmi.
question?
Ilmi,
I mean,
maybe
yeah.
you need to check the algorithm. And
Uh-huh.
is it depends on your data set?
The data set I got from
Mm.
Huawei, and
Mm-mm.
I had like difficulties in installing the tree, so I did a roundabout way of installing the
Yes.
package. But then I got the different results. So I'm not sure how to fix that, honestly. So I was wondering, how can I
Mm-mm.
like how is like if there's a difficulty in
Troubleshoot.
packaging, yeah, the troubleshooting. I don't know how to do that specifically.
So there are various solution. So the best is try and error.
I see. All right.
Uh,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I think the same thing happened to a lot of
mm.
the learning side, right? You might want
Yes.
to copy exactly the same code, right? They claim to work, and the video works perfectly, but you run your computer,
Yes.
it might work, might not work. But
Yes.
they probably their number of
Mm.
the setting, or maybe your
Mm.
system is different, or
Because
maybe the library is different. Need to be.
yes, because even though in different machine or different notebook, some recognize the double code. If you are
Yeah.
writing a coding, right? Some
Yeah.
machine recognize single code. Okay, so that's something we need to check.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. Just
it,
a symbol
different.
would crash the all the
Yes.
system. Yeah, yeah. You are right. You are right. So I think there are many questions. I think some people might not able to ask correctly. But, I have a lot of questions, but I think I need to learn from you as well, Dr. Suji.
Yalah, I
We
learn
are
from you, Dr. T.
in FKE. I think a lot of people are trying to move and toward this the use of AI, deep learning, and combination with the microcontroller or maybe microprocessor or maybe mini computer, right? Such as
Yes.
Jackson Nano, for example, people are doing that, right? Jackson Nano. I've seen some project are doing where,
Maybe there are a
yeah,
lot of data set
yeah,
from that machine. Okay,
yeah,
so you can do some maybe pattern recognition
yeah,
or maybe prediction.
yes. And they,
Do a lot of
I
things.
think, the things is very interesting is that the migration from the training in a computer to a microprocessor or maybe microcontroller and a mini computer, right? You train
Yeah.
it the computer or maybe a collab or whatever, and then later on you want to migrate into another system where the processor is weaker, right? And then that require a number of knowledge, right? And there are some services where I attend the courses, but I'm not too sure how to use it. But people are doing this in FKE. I think this is
Good.
something challenging. I think for just a personal query about this thing, right? Dr. Suji, and in the point of view as a researcher, right? As a researcher, academia and researcher. So far, we are exploring this AI, deep learning, machine learning. So far, there are many tools and many API, all these things,
Yes.
right? And then for a researcher, are we just exploring the usage, or probably is it possible that we extend to the fundamental of this model or algorithm? Is it possible? It seems to be messy and judging, and then I see the graph, right? All these CNN, there's many layers, all these things, and it become complicated, very complicated. Right.
Yes. I think that's why the important thing on the collaboration, because
Yeah.
for us maybe we are doing on the programming part, right? So we need other parties like our FKE friends on the the device part, right? So
Yeah, yeah, we are doing that
we need
actually.
to collaborate. Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the industry also to finishing our product, right?
I think you are right. You are right. I think at the end, right? At the
Yes.
end, the customer or the end user is going to see the integration of this AI
Yes.
package it probably at the terminal end, probably at the client ends, right? All these things
Yes.
probably in a way everything are bind together as a IoT solution. But it's sometimes
Correct.
I think sometimes a person or maybe a researcher, we are not able to be all the kung fu at one person. It's not possible.
Yes, correct. We must do it together.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we end, right? Before we end, I think this is a very interesting chat. Before we end, is there any questions from the student or from the researcher? Last call. Last call.
Doctor, can we have this slide for reference later?
Yes, I will share. I will share
Uh,
with Dr. T.
all
Okay.
right. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll share to all later on. Could you take group photos, right? Just a new page, right? Please, student and researcher, please switch on your camera. Let's take a group photo so that we have a kenangan. Kenangan.
Yeah.
It's nice to kenang the good day today, right? Me, right? And some others, is it possible to switch on your cameras? Watching Raja, and then we
Please turn
have
on your camera.
turn on camera, Adam. What, Adam? Your camera is not on, right? And what? Christopher, I see on your head, what, floating on somewhere. Christopher, okay.
Most of
And
students are
Final
Already
year,
online
final year
today, ah?
student. Yeah, final year student.
Final year student.
Yeah, most.
So you are
Yeah.
in campus or your hometown?
Some in campus, I think.
Student.
Okay, researcher. Okay, we have one researcher, Rafida. Rafida is here. And then there are many more, right, coming in. Let me take a picture. Take a picture fast. Just a snap of this. Okay, hold on. I'm doing in the very very ornamental way, right? Okay, any more? Any more coming in? Okay, I got second pages. But okay, I think a lot are reluctant to switch on the camera. But anyway, we have the record, right? Me and Dr. Suzy and Dr. Rafida and some other researcher are in the background. Thank you for your attendance. I hope the arrangement of lecture series will attract your attention, right? Since this is the popular and very front end of this technology. I hope, right, at the end, some days, our development we're going to deploy this, right? Deploy this, and I think you will be, right? You will be going to deploy this technology at least in the domain, right? Thank you very much, Dr. Suzy, again for your sharing and very nice sharing. And thank you all students and researchers, right, for attending this afternoon's an hour sharing of learning, right? Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Enjoy your holiday and over the weekend. We have 5 days, right, for students, right? For student, you have
Yes.
5 days. Okay. Thank you very much. See you. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. T, for
Thank you,
Thank you.
inviting
doctor.
us.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Yeah,
bye.
thank
See you
you.
Thank you,
later.
Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Yes.
Thank you, Doctor.
Aya. See you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye. Stop the
Thank you,
recording.
Doctor.